Okay. Hi, my name is Izias Bedingar. I'm a senior here at UK. I'm the ASA president this year. The goal of the African Students Association here at UK is to make all African students feel at home here at UK, because being an international student or being away from home, we can, thanks to the African Student Association, we can be together, and because we understand each other, we have the same culture, we actually feel at home, and we're happy together and all that. And on campus here at UK, it's also another way to bridge the gap with the African American community. So because we have how to say that, a common culture, so we have a common path, and so we think that it's important to actually collaborate on different type of events together. So 54 countries and we have so if you look at in North Africa, for example, they have a totally different culture than, for example, the south of the south of Africa, or even West Africa or East Africa. So we are extremely diverse in how to say that, the food we eat, the type of dances our dances, our traditional dances, our practices. And we speak several languages in Africa, such as French, for example, in Central Africa, so Chad, Ivory Coast. We speak Cameroon, English in Nigeria or even Ghana, Portuguese in Angola, Arabic in Tunisia, Italian, I think, in some parts of Africa, I think, no? Like, maybe, Spanish in Guinea Equatorial, and like several dialects, for example, in Chad, we speak more than 200 dialects, and for example, in South Africa, you have 7 official languages. So it's just to show that Africa as a continent is extremely diverse as a whole. So, yeah. Okay. I feel like it's important for other American students to join the African Student Association because of all the stereotypes that we hear here in the United States. So it will be a good way for them to actually be in contact with Africans that can tell them the real story about can tell them about their experiences in Africa, and that way they can be how to say that, changers and go into their community and tell other people that's not what is happening in Africa, or what you're saying is wrong, and that's not what is happening in my country, in this country, for example. So, and for them, it will be also a way to embrace another culture and maybe even learn another language. So I feel like it's extremely important in today's society to be able to to immerse yourself in another culture and learn from one another. So.
Know a lot. To the north, it had interactions with Arabs during trade and stuff, and that went down even below the Sahara, which is why places like Angola and so forth and so on have such a strong Muslim presence, and they speak Arabic. There are other countries, South Africa, Nigeria, Egypt, colonized by English, where they speak English as their collective language, where this was because the English were very selective in the places that they choose to colonize, in contrast with the French, who just wanted land. And that's why a lot of Central Africa and a lot of Northern Africa speaks French. And you have free places like Ethiopia that was never colonized but later adopted a centralized language for business, and then Liberia that was established by the Americans.
Okay, so I'm from Ghana. I was born in Accra, which is the capital. But since coming here, I've grown a lot. I've learned a lot of things, and since coming, it has really changed my perspective on African countries and the culture and everything. Because even though I left, even though all I knew was being in Ghana, I was only 3 when I left, so I did become more accustomed to the culture here. So coming to UK and joining ASA, I got to know more African students and become more accustomed to the culture and what they do here. Because growing up after we left Ghana, I didn't grow up with any Africans. I mostly grew up with Americans, and so coming to UK and joining ASA has taught me a lot, and I've learned a lot through the students, the other African students.
ASA is more than just having fun and events. It's a lot of educational benefits that comes into play because you learn different stuff from everybody since Cameroon, Congo, Libya, Djibouti, Rwanda, just the different countries in Africa. Everybody comes from a different country. A lot of people come from Cameroon, shout out to Cameroon. But, so meeting those different people, you hear the different languages and the different things they have to offer. So you just learn by daily experience and by hanging around ASA members. So ASA is very good in that manner. It's progression. And just combining everybody and bringing everybody together despite your culture, where you're from. Just because it's ASA don't mean your culture can be, into it too, Just want it to be diverse and very loving and affectionate and just like a home feeling. So ASA is very, very good.